It's been a long time since I've thought of it.
Yeah.
What it took to think of it was the Hartford Whalers playing the Sabres tonight. That's what it took for me to think of it.
Right.
Is that, like, I'm kind of into this game. I want it. And it's Hartford. So they get away with that.
Yeah.
It's Brindamore. Come on, let's go. It's Brindamore already. He's the coach. He'll have a Whalers little lapel pin. And, isn't Stahl still on? One of the Stalls is still on the team.
Jordan Stahl, I believe, is still on the Carolina
come
Hurricanes.
on.
Yeah.
Let's get it going for the Carolina Whalers. Right? Let's fire it up. I want this game.
Really?
Yes, I do. I want this game.
I can tell.
I want this game because I'm sort of emotionally investing in this. I'm doing the 7 out of 10 points dance with the Sabres, and I believe it's 4 out of 4 so far. So by that, it's like 3 out of 6. But maybe I can do better than that. Montreal twice after this game. Okay.
When did the 5-game increments begin?
The game before the break.
Oh, okay.
No, the Rangers game.
Okay, so they're
Right?
they're 2 for 2.
They're 2 for 2. 4 out of 4 points.
Okay, so
I think.
Yeah, I never, when we talked to Paul about this on Tuesday, I didn't get the line of demarcation for where the first 5-game increment would begin.
He said there were 28 games left because it was 5 groups of 5 and then 3 at the end.
Right.
And what is it?
Well, they have played
54?
56 games as of now.
All right, so it's these two.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
All right. Yeah, sure.
I wouldn't include the Nashville loss. Why would he do that?
Coming out of the break, like, here, clean sheet, here we go, we got this much left, so let's do this. That does make sense. I thought that I just wanted to make sure that that's where we're starting. So, I don't know, I mean, you can afford to lose this one.
No. I mean, yes, but no. Not a great team. The Hartford nonsense. Did the Sabres actually ever win in Hartford either? How do you think of the Hartford? We were there.
Yeah, I was.
They were always annoying.
I was in the building.
They were always you were in the building for the last game until you got thrown out.
No, but I mean, I was in the Hartford Civic Center one time.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
It was a mall.
Yeah.
Right?
It was a kind of a weird scene. Yeah.
What was it like?
Like a hockey rink that was built in the 70s or 80s. Yeah,
That was in a mall.
Yeah, it was not.
It was called the mall.
It was, yes. It was, it was weird.
So you'd have to go through like a Kaufman's. You'd have to walk through Kaufman's.
A food court.
Right?
Yeah. Oh.
And then you'd be, you just sort of put out your ticket. They would rip it in half.
You'd be at a game. Yeah. Not a great atmosphere.
Okay.
There. Yeah.
But they were always annoying.
Yeah.
Like, they never played the Sabres in the playoffs. One or the other was always like the worst team.
Yeah.
Buffalo or Hartford or Quebec, I guess. But one or the other always was last. And then nothing. Like to me, Buffalo at Hartford was like, this game is kind of like not watchable.
It's a Saturday night, and it's almost as dark as the Long Island Coliseum was. Like, it just never looked good.
Still is.
And just sort of like, it's not great. Not great.
I want this. Like, I kind of want to believe in the Sabres' upside right now. And if it's not too much, in there being some amount of inspiration over there. Lindy has this card.
Yeah, we did this we talked about this. We did this in 2011.
2011, this is sort of there's a chance here. And in 2011, he had players that had been, he had Vanek, like he had players who had been in the playoffs with him. It wasn't so remote, in your memory. Some of these guys on the Sabres would not be able to tell you that they remember a Sabres team in the playoffs. Even like Dahlin, maybe. It's too long ago. It's 14 years ago. But Ruff, with the ownership change, it just worked. Like they stirred the pot and they got some mojo and the crowd came back and they did it. And like, I know the odds are against it. The odds were against it then, but they're kind of on a roll. The schedule isn't bad. This game isn't that bad. Montreal twice after. Like, if it keeps going forward here for the next 3 to 5 games, then you're going to be able to smell it.
Right. I'm struggling with all of this still. I don't know if you can. No, it's fine. I mean, I like where you are because I'm even. Zach, I don't mean this as a criticism of you, but how did you phrase it at the end of your update talking about the Sabres' quest for a playoff spot or something?
To potentially be back in a playoff race.
Right. Even like hearing that, I work here. I'm sitting here, 10 feet from Zach as he says that, and I winced a little. It's like, they're still in last place. Like, what are we doing here? I can't. I need more. But we're here. We're on the radio. We're to a certain extent on the front line. And if we get the next 3 to 5 games, and they win 4 of them or 3 of them and lose one in overtime, they go 3-1-1 in the next 5, even though it's not an exact 5-game increment like Lindy laid out. Then you're right. It'll be time. And if they don't, then we'll be back in here. Like if they lose this game and lose to Montreal on Saturday, on Monday, it was like, yeah, that was pretty much it. Right? So you want to at least, I guess, get it out while you can. But the whole operation just doesn't. I can't really get all the way there yet. I recognize the things they're doing well, and I see the scores. I'm watching the games. They're still in last place. There's just so much that needs to go your way. Nice that Ottawa lost in regulation last night to Winnipeg. Winnipeg's now won 11 in a row. That's a hard game. They lost.
Look at you. Good. I mean, with all this being said, you're following the conference. You watch the league. You've got the Ottawa score. You know that Detroit plays Columbus later? Is that what you told me?
Well, Zach mentioned that in the update, and what did I say? Oh, okay, we're at somebody winning regulation because those are the 2 teams in the wild card spots. So just, God, don't give me a 3-point game.
I think where you are might be closer to where I am than you're letting on. But there's something, and I've been there too, and maybe I'm wrong. You could tell me you might even be upset if I say this, but there's like how you feel, and then there's sort of how you want to be portrayed. And we've both been with the Sabres at times, like, I can't give you my vote. I mean, it's just too many. There's too much scar tissue. There's too much history. And I don't believe in, like, part of what you just said was like believing in the whole thing, the operation. I think you might have used the word operation. And, I think that all of that is fair for anybody to say about them. But I think not to say that's wrong, because I don't really disagree with that. But I think on the ice, they are better than 6 teams ahead of them. Easily, even. Pittsburgh, Philly, Islanders, Boston? Boston? Wyshynski's writing about they're trading Marchand.
Yeah.
Like, Boston, point, goal differential, Buffalo, -7. Boston, -27. And 3 more games played. Detroit, -10. They're in a spot. Rangers, -3. Philly, -22. Islanders, -15. Pittsburgh, -1,000,000. What do you want as a fan? And, if the next guy says that, you're a chump or something for buying into it. This has been me. We both have been this. Like, on the other side of it, with the Sabres or the Bills, in interactions with fans over the years, where the fan is like, guys, why not just be hopeful? Mm-hmm. And, I might say, well, here's why.
Yeah.
And I think usually I would have been right.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make being hopeful bad.
No. That's right. And nothing you said is, to me, offensive about how I'm expressing my position. How's this? It is, talking like this is much better than, going, what? I don't know what to do. right? Like, because that's where I have been for months on end about them. We start talking about them, and I just feel hopeless. And that's not a conversation. I mean, it's a conversation you can have once. Right, but like day over day, what am I doing here? Right, so like there's a little bit of you said like how you feel and how you want to be portrayed. Like we do have a show to do, and they are a professional hockey team. So like all right, I guess buying in, I can't do it yet. I just can't do it. But what I guess maybe I'm doing here with you is shopping. Like I'm not leaving the store, right? I mean, I'm in there, and as long as I'm in there, I might buy. I'll talk to you about the cars you have in the showroom. This one performs really well in bad weather.
You like that one?
Yeah, I might like that one.
You like that one car?
I might. Yeah.
All right, so, just relax, get a cup of coffee, stay here. I'll be back in 35 minutes after I talk to 7 managers.
Okay, right. So I haven't left the dealership. Like what has happened here with the 5-game increments and their 5-on-5 play that sort of belies their place in the standings that they dug for themselves with a 13-game winless streak earlier this year, I'm not storming out of the dealership. But I'm also, I don't have my credit card out. You don't have my information yet. Oh. I'm not applying for a loan at this point, but I'm still here.
It turns out actually 4 of the managers are not here today.
Right.
So we have to
find them. We've done enough shows over the years. It's been a long time in car dealerships that like I could just be a person that's there for the free hot dog. Right now, like that's the extent to the how
I love that.
They got hot dogs.
I'd love a free hot
dog.
dog.
Spin the wheel and win some jelly or something. I don't know. There's stuff we used to give away at these remotes we used to do.
You get the hot dog plain, but if you spin the red number, then you get mustard.
You get condiments.
You get you actually put some stuff on it.
So that's me. Like I'm there. So there's a chance you could still get me to buy something, but it's going to take a little while yet.
Well, listen, I am not all talk here. I'm on the Sabres for 25 to win 71, plus 185.
Yeah,
right now.
I made my Thompson bet tonight
with a win.